Level 1, the recruit, E1. That's what they call you, but there's no bell, just you, a heavy sea bag, and a screaming drill instructor who never stops buzzing in your ear. Your job is simple. You listen. When they say jump, you jump. When they say run, you run. When you see anyone with a campaign cover who doesn't belong in your squad bay, you brace against the bulkhead. You're 18 years old, standing on the yellow footprints at Paris Island, making next to nothing, but you're a world away from your old life. The older guys, the drill instructors, told you what to look for, told you what happens if you fall asleep on the job. Your heart hammers as a heavy boot steps near your rack. You just stand there, day after day, proving you won't run. The civilian world knows what you are trying to become now. Your mother cries when she thinks about you, but you push through. For now, you just survive and watch. Level 2, Private First Class, E2. You're in the fleet now. You move gear and you don't ask questions. 100 pounds of Kevlar and equipment wrapped tight inside your pack. You don't have free time anymore. You walk through the battalion area like it's nothing, trying to blend in so a non-commissioned officer doesn't spot you for a working party. The seniors barely glance at you. You're just another boot. That's why they picked you to sweep the motor pool in the pouring rain. You hand the gear to a man who doesn't say thank you. You've done 6 field ops this month, and each time you tell yourself it's the hardest thing you'll ever do. You remember the kids your age back home working at the market for nothing, going to college parties. But you're 19, you have an Eagle, Globe, and Anchor, and you're somebody. Level 3, Lance Corporal, E3. You're 20, you're on your first combat deployment, and you've seen the reality of the job. The first firefight was the hardest, not guilt. They explained why the enemy had to go. The hard part was your hand shaking so much you nearly missed. The second patrol was easier. By the third, you didn't feel the same paralyzing fear. That's when you knew you were good at this. You don't get explanations anymore. They just give you a grid coordinate, a time frame, and an objective. You wait in the oppressive heat, helmet hiding your face. You know the terrain. You know how to survive. Your heart doesn't even race the same way anymore when the sirens go off. Back at the barracks, you hide the trauma. You told your family you've got a safe job on base. They don't believe you, but they don't ask. This is who you are now. In this world, being good at something means you
Level
survive.
4,
Corporal, E4. You're a non-commissioned officer. You run a fire team, not the whole platoon, just your 4 guys, but they are yours. You collect the respect of the lower enlisted. You solve problems before they reach the staff non-commissioned officers above you. One of your Marines is late to formation, 3 weeks behind on his training standards. The rules say blast him, paper him up, or make him suffer. But you know this kid. You know his family back home is falling apart. You could break him down, send a message to the rest of the squad, or extend the deadline, train him after hours, and keep him productive. You make the call. That's the game. Balance fear and mercy. Push too hard, people rebel. Too soft, they think you're weak. Level 5, Sergeant, E5. You are the squad leader. You are the backbone of the Marine Corps. You don't just follow orders, you execute the violence of action. The fear from your junior days has been replaced by a cold, methodical calm. You're developing preferences, patterns that feel right for training your men. You know that certain patrol routes are safer than others. You know how to talk to your Marines, how to make them trust you enough to follow you into a hail of gunfire. You're keeping trophies now, small things, a challenge coin from a general, a piece of shrapnel from a close call, hidden in the bottom of your locker. You look at them sometimes, reliving the moments. You're not a novice anymore. You're a predator on the battlefield, and your squad is your weapon. Level 6, Staff Sergeant, E6. You are the platoon sergeant. You've transitioned from the trigger puller to the manager. You don't touch the immediate tactical fights as much. You move the logistics. Millions of dollars in gear flowing through supply chains, armories, and motor pools. You turn chaotic orders into structured execution. Your office is a cramped hooch filled with whiteboards and maps. But the paperwork tells a different story. Maintenance logs, training schedules, fitness reports. Level 7, Gunnery Sergeant, E7. The Gunny. You sit at the table where decisions are made, not at the head. The officers are still one chair higher, but you are close enough to matter. You command the operations of an entire company. The battalion knows your name. You haven't walked out in the public barracks in years without every Marine freezing at the position of attention. You're in a meeting. A rival company has been outperforming yours in field exercises, taking your training areas, humiliating your officers. This is war now. One lieutenant wants to hit them hard with a complex nighttime raid. Another wants to play it safe. You are quiet. You're listening. Level 8. First Sergeant, E8. You are the senior enlisted advisor. You deal with the darkest parts of the command, the disciplinary boards, the court-martials, the casualties. You hunt down complacency every month. You have a type you look for, the lazy Marine, the undisciplined NCO. Level 9, Sergeant Major, E9. You are the pinnacle of the enlisted ranks. You built this career, not alone. You had help, you had luck, and you had timing, but you built it. From street corners as a recruiter to international deployments, from small squad tactics to battalion-level operations. Level 10, Second Lieutenant, O1. You're new. You've got a shiny gold bar on your collar and a college degree, but your hands are shaking just like the novice killer on his first night. This is nothing like the fantasy they sold you in officer candidate school. Your heart is exploding as you stand in front of your platoon for the first time. You give an order, and a grizzled staff sergeant stares through your soul. You panic. You realize you know nothing. You have to learn fast, or you'll get your men killed. You are technically in charge, but the enlisted men are testing you, fighting back against your textbook tactics. If you survive this rank without ruining your reputation, Level 11, Captain, O3, Company Commander. You own this battle space. You've claimed multiple successful deployments now. You've learned from your mistakes as a lieutenant. The fear has been replaced by a cold, calculated strategy. You control cities, distribution routes, supply chains spanning hundreds of miles in a foreign theater. This isn't just street-level fighting anymore. This is logistics, international markets of war. You sit in a forward operating base watching drone feeds on a monitor. You are the predator, and the enemy is your prey. You have a 200-person team dedicated to executing your will. You compartmentalize perfectly. Sunday morning, you're back home at church with your family. Sunday night, you're reviewing footage of a kinetic strike you ordered halfway across the world. You take bigger risks now. Level 12, General, O7 to O10. You don't touch the tactical fight anymore. You move armies. Millions in military budget flowing through defense contractors, strategic deployments, global posture. You do it so well that the Senate Armed Services Committee smiles when they see you.